Thanks for joining us for Understanding Real Estate with Realtor Becky Cobb of West Cobb Alliance, part of the ReeceNichols Real Estate Group in Neosho.
So Becky, still thinking on the subject of a seller's preparation before putting their home on the market. Talk to us about deep cleaning.
Deep cleaning is one of the most critical things you can do when you get ready to list your home. And it's more than just cleaning up because grandma's coming. It's about really having someone come in and take care of everything from top to bottom. Your ceiling fans probably have an inch or more of dust on them. You know, they need to be cleaned. The windows need to be cleaned. Professionally cleaned is a great idea. Do you need to touch up some paint too? Take a really good hard look before you put your property on the market and make sure that it is just in its cleanest state possible, because we all know, realtors will tell you over and over again, clean is what sells. It doesn't matter how much creative staging and placing of furniture you've done. Clean is the most critical thing in selling a house. And if someone can walk into your house, feel comfortable, it smells good, everything's clean, they fall in love and they believe that it's going to be that clean every day that they live there. Then it'll be their problem. They got to clean it up.
So for this morning, Becky, let's talk about buyers whenever they're preparing to start looking for a house. What kind of things do they need to consider?
When you buy a house, you got to think long term. If you have a growing family, are you going to need 1 or 2 extra bedrooms during your ownership of this property? Or do you have a family that the kids are getting ready to go off to college and getting married, and you're not going to need as much space? So think long term of how this home is going to fulfill your needs. Also think about, as we always say, location, location, location. Is it going to be sellable in the future? Are you picking a property that has some broad appeal, especially if you know you're only going to want to be in it for let's say 3 to 5 years? You need to think long and hard about, is it sellable? Now, if it's something that's just really unique and you really love it and you think you're going to be here for 20 or more years, and you just want to go for that really unique property, then I'm with you 100%. But if you're thinking about a shorter term ownership, be sure you do a good evaluation of the resale value of that home too.
So Becky, when looking at a house I really like, is it better to come in with a lowball offer or should I go for a competitive offer?
A competitive offer. I mean, that's realistic. If you really go for a real lowball offer, let's say you do offer $25,000, $30,000 less than what they're asking on the property, and what they're asking on the property is reasonable, it's an insult. And you may find yourself in a situation where they don't even want to respond to you. And the response that you get will not give you much of an indication of how much they may be willing to negotiate too. So you could actually be hurting yourself and end up paying more for the house than if you gave a reasonable offer that might be something that a seller would find negotiable. But if it's just way too low, they just think, oh, you're just wasting their time, and you are likely to get a much higher counter offer.
Well, Becky, if someone's looking to buy a house soon, is pre-qualification really necessary?
Yes, it's really, really necessary. I think that's something that I have people call me and they want to see a house, and I think that's great. They want to go look at these houses. But if they're not pre-qualified, as a realtor, I really should not be showing you any houses until you can produce a pre-qualification letter. And that may sound harsh, but we also owe a responsibility to sellers that we are not just bringing people into their homes that are not qualified to purchase. And we have several great local lenders in the area that we can get you connected, and they can usually in less than 24 hours have a pre-qualification letter for you. And if you don't qualify, it's not the end of the world. They will probably help you get set on a plan that will have you qualified. So yes, pre-qualification is necessary before you go look at homes. We just need to do that out of respect for the sellers.
So, Becky, my realtor says that I should sign a buyer's agency agreement, but why?
Well, A buyer's agency has always been a good tool that we've had in real estate as long as I've been selling real estate. It provides you representation from your realtor. That means your realtor is basically signed an agreement with you to look out for your very best interest in the purchase of the property. These days, since August of 2024, it's even more critical because we have new ways that compensation is happening for realtors, and your realtor has a fiduciary obligation to make sure that they have gone over expectations with you on how they will get paid and what options you have as a buyer. So it's really important. You need to understand that when you call a realtor, they're not going to be able just to jump in the car and run and show you property. They need to sit down with you first, have a good conversation about how they can best represent you, and going over that buyer's agency agreement is going to be part of the process.
If you would like to know more about understanding real estate, you may contact Becky Cobb at 417-592-3245 of the West Cobb Alliance, your realtors for life. Find out more on the web at neosho.homes.